Hey everyone, so this is Tyler aka Grand Lethal 16. I've got Eric on camera and we are interviewing Mr. Chuck Huber.
Hi, I'm Chuck Huber. He's gonna ask me questions and I'm gonna answer them. But first we're gonna have a race. Do you wanna have a race? You wanna have a race?
Let's do it.
Ready, set, go. Oh, it's a tie.
You've already introduced yourself, you've already explained why you're here, so cool.
Already told a dumb joke.
How many times have you been at SakuraCon?
This is my second time. My first year was 2 years ago, and it is, I said it, I was MC of the opening ceremonies today, which was awesome, and I said it on stage, and I really believe it. Of all the anime conventions that I have been to, this is the top. This is number one. YomaCon would be right there too, but I like fresh seafood, and Detroit doesn't have as much fresh seafood as Seattle, so
I wouldn't believe the sign.
It's like YomaCon and SakuraCon, but the fresh seafood puts SakuraCon over the top.
Do you have a favorite dish when you're in town?
Sushi. We are big sushi eaters. My wife and I, Jessica, we are big into sushi. So we're going to eat some sushi tonight.
So, when you started out in the industry, did you ever envision this level of success that you're at right now?
No, I had no idea. Like, when I went to audition for the, I got the audition for DragonBall Z. The first character I ever did was Garlic Jr., but I got the audition for DragonBall Z because a friend of mine came into rehearsals, Brad Jackson, who plays Oolong. He came into rehearsals and he was like, hey, you should go audition for this thing called Dragon Balls. And I was like, Dragon Balls? That sounds like porn. He was like, no, it's Japanese anime. I was like, then it's definitely porn.
Oh, yeah.
But I went and auditioned, and I was from Chicago when I'd done like 7 or 8 years of like professional, work and stuff. And I ended up like going to this audition. I was like, this doesn't seem real because there's like boxes and, didn't have like a casting director or anything. And so when I recorded my first session, I didn't even think like, I hope I get a check. I don't know if I'm really going to get paid. And then to have like, 20 years later, 15 years later, be like worldwide, sort of phenomenon that anime has become, it's kind of amazing.
What's the easiest role you've ever?
I played Dominikov in Murder Princess, and he has a mask, so you can't see his mouth, so there's no lip flaps, so you end up, you don't have to match the flaps. Dominikov was pretty easy. Although Android 17, I just had to be really relaxed, so that was cool. I'm gonna kill all the humans. Not a lot of work.
And then on the other side, what was the most difficult role you've ever had?
Shao Tucker, because of how much people hate me. But mostly because he was such an evil character. And then he ends up whispering a lot. He's just very whispery, which is creepy. And it's actually hard to act while whispering.
Oh yeah, Shao Tucker, very, very light on projection.
Yes. Fetch, Nina, fetch. Good girl.
And then is there any particular method acting or any way you get into the role?
I'm a very physical actor. I like to physicalize the characters. So if I'm playing a big character, I end up being very big. If I'm playing Austria, for some reason, his character, the hands have to move like this. So the more I physicalize the character, the more the voice comes out of me. And most of the time, I just pretend I'm British. All right, you can ask the next question.
Star Trek Continues. I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah, Star Trek Continues is the web series that Vic Mignogna produces. It starts where the original series left off and covers all the things that happened in Star Trek up to where the movies. So it's from the original series to when the movies start. They film in Georgia every year. Grant Imahara from Mythbusters plays our Sulu. Chris Doohan, son of James Doohan, the original Scotty, plays our Scotty. And we built the original sets from the original shop drawings, and it's weird because I never thought I would be a legit part of the Star Trek universe. I never thought like that would happen to me, and like Rod Roddenberry just got interviewed, and he had so many nice things to say about Star Trek Continues, and he's the creator's son, so we end up I travel around the world, and people recognize me as Dr. McCoy from Star Trek Continues, and I don't know, I just never thought that would happen.
It's amazing. I did read on Wikipedia about that you did have a heart attack some years ago.
I just had one right now. Yes, I did. Quintuple bypass, that's 5. Because, quadruple bypass. That's for
It's not
winners.
hardcore.
Yeah, I had to go
It just isn't.
full heart attack mode.
I did read that you did have friends and family who donated and contributed to help cover these spaces.
Yes, it was very expensive. Actually, what fans donated, friends and family and fans donated for, was to, because I wasn't able to work, and I had 5 children, 4 at the time, 1 on the way, and I wasn't able to work because they had sawed my chest in half, cracked it open, and took veins from my leg and attached them to my heart, and then sewed it back together with titanium wire. So I was a little under the weather for 3 months.
Understand.
But so what they donated for was to cover all like my what I would normally do making money for the family, which was awesome. Because then I got to be just like, oh, heart attacks are awesome because you just get to sleep all day and take drugs. It's kind of
Good
a
to know.
dream come true. Good pain meds. Don't do drugs.
On the note of friends and family,
Right.
how did they impact your voice acting career? How is the support from fans? How is that?
The support from fans is awesome. My family, the more orthodox Catholic portions of it, think what we do here is satanic. And they eschew and don't like what I'm doing, but they don't talk to me, so it doesn't bother me. The fans are amazing. I go all over the world. Typically every convention I go to, I will get 1 or 2 handwritten letters from a fan that say, you know, I was near suicide, life was pointless, and then I found Yu Hakusho, and I'd come home every day and watch it, and HIei was my favorite character. Thank you for saving my life. I've probably gotten, you know, at least a couple dozen of those over the years where they're just, it's really, this art form is really important to a lot of people. And now that it's in the mainstream almost, like I heard my niece the other day, who's an anime fan, she said somebody called her a wannabe nerd. And I was like, wannabe nerd? That is a thing that didn't exist when I was a kid.
Hipster nerd or something?
Like, it's like people want it like, oh, you're pretending to like anime and video games. It's like, no, everybody just likes that stuff now.
You
It's
wouldn't
just
put
kind of
yourself third
awesome.
if you didn't like it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, so this is one I always have trouble asking folks. Any interesting pseudonames you're willing to divulge?
Any pseudonym? No, I don't think so. I don't think I've ever used a pseudonym. My name now has umlauts in the Huber to Huber with the little dots over the U.
Really?
So my name has changed, and I changed it when I met a guy in Australia who was like, hey, I found out we're related, and he had umlauts, and he said our name originally had the umlauts over it. So I was like, I'm gonna change mine to have umlauts over it, which is cool.
Okay. And then finally, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I hope back at SakuraCon. In 5 years, let's see, in 5 years, I will be 50 years old. I hope I've made another movie. I see myself making another movie, finishing the book that Jessica and I are working on, and no longer needing to drive because they've invented hovercraft. It's got to hover. I don't want any bumps. Bumps are for losers.
Sounds amazing.
It does.
It
I
does.
like it.
All right, and then finally, if you have any words you want to say to our fans and your fans, most importantly.
I don't see them. Are they in there?
They're in there. I think they
Fans
are.
are in there. Hello, fans. What Chuck wants to say to you is, you're perfect just as you are. Ruff, ruff, ruff. All right, that's all I have.
Thank you so much for bearing with us. Thank
You're
you
welcome. My pleasure.
for sitting down and having a chat.
Yeah, good job. We rocked. We rolled. What do you know? The Didon is first up to bat. The batter reasons who did and no strings attached. No holds barred, no time for move faking. I got to get to work so I can bring home the bacon. Brothers front, they say the trap can't float, but we've been known to do the impossible like Broadway Joe. So sleep if you want, my crew will help you get your Z's true. But here's the real scoop. I'm all that and then some, tall, dark, and handsome, busted nut inside your eye to show you where I come from. I'm vexed, I'm fuming. I've had it up to here, my days of pain, those are over. Acknowledge he's in there, yeah. Head for the border, go get a taco. You'll be sweating from the jump street, clean from the get-go. Sit back, relax, and let yourself go. Don't sweat what you heard and act like you know. Yes, yes, y'all. Who got the vibe? It's the tribe, y'all. It's live, y'all. Inside, outside, come around. Who's that? Brown. Some, may I say, call me Charlie. The word is the herb, and I speak like Bob Marley. Playback on the payback, can't rotate the hate. Contact. Can I get a hit? Hit. Boom, bip. With the brother named Skip, we're ready to step. East Coast stomping, grimping and grumping. New York, North Kakalaka, and Compton. Check it, check it, check it. I have to stop.
Yeah. That was awesome.
All right, now let's replay and see how the audio is. I hope you enjoyed my interview with Chuck Huber. I have 5 more exclusive SakuraCon interviews coming out this week, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.